Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last time we were at the Fire Temple, this time we're at the Forest Temple. And I just realized I'm not close enough to do that. This is what Sheik meant when you're not even able to enter the dungeon, is you need at least a hook shot to be able to get in. And here we are. Two wolfers over here. Now if we climb up here, which you can use the hook shot to get up a little bit more, I guess, if you can do it fast enough, maybe a little bit of a shortcut. Right up there we have a golden skulltula. Which we can definitely get at this point. Make our way here, and in here we get a key. Now we're gonna make our way through the corridor here. Alright, so now that we have a hook shot, you don't even have to wait for him to show his back. And we walk to the main room here, which has a lot of ways in and out. But right now, there's only some ways we can access. So what we're noticing here is the Poe sisters are taking all the light. So until you have all four of these torches lit, there's no way to access the basement. So to start off, we're gonna go over here. This is a blue bubble right here, which we have to hit with our shield or stun it with a Deku Net. That was harder than I don't know why that was so unnecessarily difficult. Now we're already fighting this dungeon's mini-boss. Which this mini-boss will definitely drive you up a little bit the first time you fight them. They do quite a bit of damage. The normal attack does a full heart, whereas the jump attack will do 2. Which, if you haven't collected a single heart piece, you should only have 6 hearts at this point. Which, needless to say, that jump attack is a third of your health. Also, if you get too close, like what I did there, even having your shield up ain't gonna help you. But they only take a couple hits. We'll be fighting him again soon. And that fight, actually, you do need to fight faster. But for defeating them, we get the key. Well, and it's just an ordinary key for the dungeon. It's nothing special. It ain't the key. And we can ignore this bubble. Alright, here no one. There he is. So before we go to the main path, we're gonna go through here. I'm actually not entirely sure where that one goes. I'm pretty sure it... let me see. I think it goes to the other side, but either way, door's open. Now we're in like a courtyard. Giant Deku Baba, which only drops Deku Notes, but it actually drops 3 sets of 5. A little too much, but I guess you can never say no to some Deku Nuts. Make our way here. We can get rid of 2 of them, but the 3rd one's actually going to be out of reach. But luckily, we have ways of getting around it. If he's looking at you, don't move. And we are okay from there. Now in this room we have a bubble that we have to fight. I have no idea why I have so much difficulty with that. But defeating that bubble will actually give us the dungeon map. And this dungeon is, for the most part, pretty linear. Which I'll pull it up real quick. It's not too bad. Before we even move on here. Now that right there is a hookshot target, which you've probably seen in the Fire Temple. Just gonna hookshot our way over there. And then we're gonna press the switch here, which will lower the water in the well. And at this point, that's all we need to do up here, so... jump down here and not get hit by the giant taker, Bubba. As you saw, you can actually hookshot to that chest, although this chest isn't necessary. I do like hitting it sometimes. You gotta hit it at a specific angle. All there is in here is a recovery heart. So right here, there's another token. But before we do leave this room, because if we do leave, the door locks. Let me go down the ladder here. Well, not necessarily go down the ladder, because, you know, I just kind of jumped down the well. All the way at the end of the sewer here, we get ourselves another key. So with that key, and we got 3 of them already, we can now get out of this section. He did leave a stick. Now we're gonna go to the western side, which leads into the main part of the dungeon. Use the key on the door. And we got another one of you. In this room we have a bubble. Luckily they can't go up. You can only float around near the ground. Alright, now this room... there are arrows painted on the floor. Thank you, Navi. In this area we have 2 blocks. This is the first one. You just have to pretty much navigate around the room. Not too bad. Just make sure you know when to push and when not to push it, or pull. Sometimes if you push it just a little too far, you might not be able to reach it on the other side. I think that's more of the case for the second one. The first one, you just go around like that, and we're already done. And then right here, we have the other block. So this one, we gotta pull as far as we can, because, as you can see, I can't pull it all the way back. But if you remember over here, we got a ladder. There's another way up here too. Also right here, if you shoot the switch, it actually drops some arrows for you. So come around here. Push that as far as you can. You have to go back around. And then just push the block into place. I'm gonna push it a little bit further. There we go. And then we got one more ladder to climb. Which, believe it or not, is still only the second floor. Bubble in here. Really don't need to worry about the bubble. Use the key here. This corridor is all twisted. Yes, it is. Watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling. What Navi is referring to are the wall masters. Those things are just little shits. They do give you quite a bit of rupees if you do take them out. But if you get caught by them, they take you to the beginning of the dungeon. And let me just tell you, that's not fun to deal with. So here we have the Stalfos again. However, we gotta be careful, because if you fall down there, you do have to restart the fight. It's not too bad one-on-one, though. But they usually don't attack unless there's... They usually don't attack you if they're like 2-on-1. Alright. But it's not quite over yet. So in this case, we got 2 more. Now this is when I say you have to beat them a little bit faster. Essentially, your time limit is going to start as soon as the first one goes down. So what I'm going to do is, if you're afraid you're not going to take them out quick enough, do a couple hits on this one of them, and when they're down to a hit or 2, go to the next one. Oh, that frame rate. You can do that if you want to play it safe, but it's not necessary. It's like 10 frames a second right there. Oh my god. That seems to only happen when you fight the ones that blow up like that. So after that fight, we finally get the bow. It's like the slingshot on steroids. Honestly, that's the best description I can give it. Now that we got the bow, we're actually going to backtrack a room here. Because in this room we have the first post sister hiding behind the portrait. So whatever one you see in the photo frame, shoot that one. And then when you shoot all 3 of them, the sister appears. Most pose, if you Z-target them, they're just gonna immediately disappear. These ones, they'll just appear when they're ready to appear. And then that's when you hit them with your arrow. If you get too close, they'll try to retaliate, which during that time you won't be able to do any damage to them. I want to say this takes 5 shots to do. Let's find out. 5. So with that, we got the first flame back. And in this chest, we get a key. I think. Yes, we do. And yes, they drop arrows too, which is definitely convenient for here. Alright, now this is the second room with the Poe sisters. This is the blue one. Just don't get too close, because you'll definitely scare them off to the next frame. Alright, we got the second one out. And didn't quite make that one. Not really much to talk about with these, with the 4 here. Well, the last one's a little, actually no. The first 2 are honestly kind of boring to deal with. You just gotta wait for them to appear. Just don't get too close. You can say it's a bit of a game of patience. And I know some people are very impatient. But the second one is down. Which will spawn another chest. This one has the compass in it. Before we open that, let's refill our arrows and get a heart filled back up. Now, I would go to the next room, but we actually have to backtrack a little bit. And you know what? I said I was going to backtrack. I didn't backtrack at one point here at all. I'm just going to unlock that door for now. Because at this point, we have to go back to the first corridor room. And we have to do something to that room. Because if you noticed, there were some things hanging on the wall that looks like we should be able to get them. Because this room actually has the boss key in it. But since we have the bow, we can go back to this room. And just deal with these bubbles real quick. Oh, that's definitely a better way to take care of them. Much better. Okay. So now shoot the switch, and this will straighten the room. However, this also means you will not be able to go to the other rooms on this floor. So with that, we can get the boss key. But before we fix the room, we need to not get caught. 2 more bubbles in here, actually. Another way to deal with these bubbles. Actually, stun him with a Deku Nut. Finally, these things got a use. And we're in this section again, but we're on the upper... Oh, hi. It's funny, you can still collect the Deku Nuts, but... Or Deku Sticks. They're completely useless. Alright, in this room we have a Floor Master. Not quite the same as the Wall Master. Definitely less annoying to deal with. I was gonna say, hold on a second. That's not right. If that Floor Master stayed green for the rest of the time, that would have not been good at all. So with that, we get the last key in this dungeon. I believe that's the last key. Alright, so jump attack actually didn't one-shot it. That's where we just came from. We got another one in here. There you are. The more the merrier. Where are we up to? 30. That's a giant wallet. Just go through here. And now we gotta go back, essentially through the whole... that whole section of the dungeon again. But after that, no more backtracking. Oh yeah, if you shoot the giant Skulltula with the arrow, they fly all the way to the back. I just wanted to point that out. Hookshot still takes care of them pretty well, so if you want to save your arrows, just use that. We gotta make our way through here again. That chest is, like I said earlier, is just a bundle of arrows. Not necessary. But if you really want to get every single chest, you might as well clear it. So now this time the switch is still set. So now we're gonna revert the setting. So we're gonna twist up the hallway again. Which now that I'm thinking about it, how the hell would that work realistically? I mean, yeah, this ain't a realistic game at all, but how the hell would that work? I thought there was something there. Imagine twisting the entire dungeon up like that. You have one section of the dungeon just shoot right up. Alright, so we're finally back up to where we were. Got another one of these rooms. But this time I'm gonna wait for the Wall Master to show up. As long as you kill the Wall Master, another one will not show up. Which I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Alright, in this room we have green bubbles, which their fire goes out when they want it to go out. You can pretty much just ignore them. And that's why we need the last key. Now this room has something interesting to it. Okay, so the normal way to do this is just simply try to shoot the ice. If you really want to, if for whatever reason you have a hard time trying to shoot that through the ice, the easier way to do this is get near it and just use Din's fire. Because that will also activate it. Just completely cheesing the puzzle in this room. Which makes this corridor all twisted. Essentially, you need both of them twisted to get through the rest of this dungeon. So jump through the hole here, and we're back on the first floor. Just, watch your step. Thanks for pointing the obvious out. I don't think there's anything important in this one. Stairs. Luckily, you get that extra square to not get squished. Alright, so this is the third post-sister room, which is a little different from the first two. This one, you only got one picture to shoot. But, now you gotta form a picture of her. And you only got 1 minute to do it. But it shouldn't take you too long to do this. Luckily, they're not all scattered around. Just simply move them together. And that's all you gotta do. Alright, a little late again. And then once the post sister actually shows up, it's literally the same thing as before. You would think that these would be the mini-boss, but no, it's the Stalfos. Which, later on, will actually show up as normal enemies. Which I always found interesting. But, whatever. Alright, that's the third one taken care of. Alright, so we are just about done here. Another one of you. There's something going on here. That right there is where the fourth post sister is. Once you get close enough to her, this happens. She'll split into four, and what you have to do is figure out which one is the real one. Which, the game makes it pretty easy to figure out which one it is. Take a wild guess. What's the one post sister that did something different? I guess the one that spins, you would be in luck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Never mind that. And she is done. So with that, our elevator finally comes back. And this is the only moment in the game where you can stand on top of it like this. Bask before my glory. Okay, enough fun. So now we're at the basement 2 level. Now this is the final room we have to tackle before taking on the boss. So in this room there are 2 switches that we need to hit. Might be 3. Alright, so the golden skull is in here. Is that the last one in here? Yes, that is the last one. Cool. I think it was only 5 in here. So it's actually that's pretty nice that we got all of them. I'm just gonna be sliding this around until we can get a certain combination to where we can open all the switches and then go through the door. Just for sanity check on myself, I usually just spin it clockwise. Alright, so we got a switch here, which opens that switch. Well, I'm gonna break what I just said right there because I believe this one opens up going this way. Yes, it does. That's the second switch. Alright, so there is 3. So next is we need this one to open up. We already got that one. So we're gonna push this again. Alright, so that's the main room. And here's the last switch. So with that, this dungeon is essentially finished. Because now we are moving on to the boss room. Nice little room in here with a couple portraits. You're probably wondering, where's the boss at? Why hasn't he shown up? Good question. I don't know, maybe Link already won today. Alright, so I guess we're done here. So we'll just leave and oh. Here we go. Oh shit, it's Ganondorf. Psych. It's only Phantom Ganon. Bet you that threw somebody off the first time they saw that. Let's see, where is he gonna come out of? Before Phantom Ganon comes out of the correct picture or portrait, make sure you shoot him. Otherwise, make sure you're out of range. Let's see. That one. I believe all it takes is 3 shots. I don't know why he's laughing after he just got shot already. Twice. Course is done. Now I want to pull the sword out. Now this little battle will get you all prepped up for when you fight the real Ganondorf. Especially this part. Especially this part. And now here's where it really gets interesting. It's almost as if he just threw it right there. Okay, that one didn't even go anywhere. Just simply deflect it right back to Phantom Ganon. Anything that swings, you can use it to deflect it. Yes, that means you can use a bottle. And just like that, he is done. Phantom Ganon does have a third option of attacking, but it's not very common to run into. Hey kid, you did quite well. Looks like you may be gaining some slight skill. But you have defeated only my Phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I will banish it to the gap between dimensions. And we are done. Heart container. And that's all she wrote. Thank you. Because of you, I can awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of the Forest Temple. I always believed that you would come, because I knew you. Because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me. Because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. I will stay here as the Forest Sage and help you. Now please take this medallion. Saria awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Saria will always be your friend. I wonder what that could be. What is it? I don't know, what could this possibly be? Oh shit! Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognize you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiris never grow up, even after 7 years, so they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri, you are actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal the secret to you. He's gonna drop the bombshell. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now finally the day of destiny has come. You are a Hylian and were always bound to leave this forest. And now you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now, Seliph, break the curses on all the temples and return peace to Hyrule. Actually, what am I doing here? I can do this real quick. Give me 1 second here. Because it'll take a lot less time for me to do this. Because this is exactly where I was going. Ooh. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, already done that, underwater, that's next, and even through time, not there yet. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I'll teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light. You have learned the Prelude of Light. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Seliph, we shall meet again. That didn't sound right. Wait a minute. Something sounds a little off. Alrighty then. I think I got enough time to do this. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do this kinda quickly though. What's up, dude? So we're gonna go to Kakariko Village. Since we have the bow, I can now do this. Redesign this. So the events that take place here normally while you're Adult Link will not show until once the Water Temple is completed. Well, technically all the first 3 temples. So what we're gonna do is go into here. I'm gonna play around. Same as the other time, just now it's a bit randomized. Oh shit. Damn it. Okay. I can at least still get the free game. Yeah, I'll definitely get the free game. This time you gotta do it. Oh Jesus Christ, I missed the easiest one. There we go. That's better. And with that, we get an upgrade to the quiver, so now we can hold 40 arrows. That was all I wanted to do. There's something else I wouldn't mind trying out either. If it works, cool. If not, well, that's everything I wanted to do in this part. Let me see here. No. I think you need the long shot for that. Alright. That answers that. So, I will see you next time. When we tackle the water temple. Woo. Oh, he's gotta interrupt every ending, does she? Gotta tell me the same stuff as always. Alright. We'll see you then.